Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the T1 Media KE, and this is your host Kimani Waraitha, and this is the hot discussion. In the studio today, on the 27th of November 2025, are my two friends, Gaduo Wageshoro and Washira Wageshashe. Today it's going to be a hot discussion because we are going to have a by-election. It's a day that is going to be full of drama. Welcome aboard. Thank you for subscribing to our channel, and thank you for continuing to view our content. As when we began this podcast about 2 weeks ago, we had less than 70 subscribers. Today, when I checked, we had 109 subscribers. We are on our journey to 200 subscribers. I will be very happy if we make it to 120 today. May God bless you as you continue sharing our content and liking our content. Before we delve into the topic of the day, I want to give my friends an opportunity to introduce themselves and say what has been going on for the last few days since the time we had our last podcast. Thank you very much. Welcome, my friends.
Us. Viewers, good morning. This is Simon Gaduo. I'm truly grateful, and I'm sure you're going to have a discussion that will be meaningful. It is an important day, a very good day, because this day we'll know what will be happening between now and 2027. Politics. Thank you so much. We'll discuss.
Thank you, Kimani Raida and the T1 Media Communication Fraternity for this chance again to analyze our local politics, our national politics, and I'm very, very sure, being the by-election day, we are going to come back very, very soon so that again we can discuss and analyze the aftermath of the by-election. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you for your support, and continue subscribing, liking, and even sharing to the extended viewers. Thank you, Kimani Raida.
Once again, this is the hot discussion. Thank you, Bwana Washira. Ninaona sasa unashika game ya kuinvite watu kusubscribe, kulike na kushare our content, na nataka kushukuru watu kwa sababu they have been watching our content sharing. I have received good feedback from people, and we are moving on well. We are going to start with you, Washira. What do you think about the events of yesterday? We saw Seth Panyako crying out that he was under siege in his own hotel room. We also saw a man who was arrested by citizens, arrested in quotes, and he was beaten almost to pulp, and he confessed that he had been sent by Livondo to come and disrupt Malava's by-election. We have also seen and witnessed that event in Narok where Gachagua went, and there was heavy presence of the police as well as some violence that was witnessed there. What can you say about those events that happened the day before yesterday and yesterday?
Thank you, Kimani Raida. Those events, in general, they are a mirror of what, let me call it, they are an iceberg of what is going to happen in 2027. I am very, very sure there will be political assassination. This has not been, this is something that has happened long before, since time immemorial in our history. We had the likes of Robert Ouko, we had Pio Gama Pinto. These are all political assassinations, and I believe going forward, especially 2027, I'm skeptic to comment because I feel there will be such events happening. You can bear in mind, Bonaraida, someone using maybe like what will happen in Bere. We have a situation whereby the inside sources says that in excess of 700 million has been used, and it has been used in Bele. That means if someone uses maybe a billion, maybe to campaign for the gubernatorial position, then someone maybe senses his defeat because these are desperate measures by the government of the day, because what you saw in Narok, and this is a statement, because Narok is not part of Mount Kenya that Rigathi Gachagua commands, but you see his influence, the influence of the cousins, the influence of the Shemejis, and the influence of his extended Gachagua. I've seen Gachagua in several rallies. I remember carefully when he came back, he came here at Laikipia. That guy is a ground mover, and I believe he is the one who is giving the government of the day sleepless night, and he will continue giving the government a sleepless night, and it is high time they know that he is a ground mover, he is a kingmaker, and he is going to shape the politics of Kenya going forward.
Now, I can see that you are heaping praises on the Mount Kenya kingpin, assumed kingpin. We are going to know today whether he is actually the kingpin. The by-election of Mbeere North is going to tell us whether he is actually able to make a very good kingpin of the mountain. Now, let us move to Gaduo Wageshoro to tell us his opinion about the happenings of the day before yesterday and yesterday. Bonagaduo, you're welcome.
Thank you, viewers. I'll start with the history of this nation. Since independence, our constitution is a democratic nation. The foundation that was laid by our forefathers defines Kenya as a democratic nation. What is democracy? It is the rule by the majority, where we respect the minority. The by-elections, the local politics are determined, or the pace is set from the national level. Viewers, it is very interesting to see the amount of money the national government is willing to spend in Western, Mbeere, and Narok County. Viewers, 2027 is just around the corner. Like my friend said, we are seeing what will be happening. We are setting the pace. If you want to know what will be happening, the iceberg that lies below, we are seeing it today. And we have raised a very important point of the kingpinship in the Mount Kenya region. Viewers, we have Rigathi Gachagua, we have Kithure Kindiki. It will be very interesting to see what will happen, what will transpire, more especially in Mbeere North. Why? Mbeere North is part of the Mount Kenya, but it lies at the periphery. It will be the perfect battleground for us to know who between Kindiki and Gachagua is the kingpin. Now, the amount of money the government is willing to spend in these by-elections, it is very sad. Teachers have not been paid properly. The capitation, free education is almost lying in ruins.
I also heard about something to do with KCC today, and I'm told it owes farmers a lot of money, almost to the tune of 100 million. There are a lot of financial problems in this country.
And where do you think this money is going to? We have KCC. We have other private parastatals that continuously are making losses. The 1 billion that is being spent in Mbeere North, in Western, and in Narok, trust you me, it is that money that is being siphoned from these parastatals by the government of Kenya. And our road to Singapore, we discussed this earlier. My friends, if this is the route that we as a nation are taking, our leaders trying to buy that politics of tokenism cannot take us to Singapore. Why? The level and quality of leadership we are going to send either to the national government or to the county assembly will be highly questionable. Bonaraida,
yes,
it is only a day. By tomorrow morning, we will have known why somebody had to be maimed, to be beaten up, police officers, to be ferried all the way from Nairobi. I'm even getting some reports, rumors per se, that even voters in Mbeere North have been imported. It is a very interesting day. And
sorry, our viewers, we lost our power, and this is something that we have been complaining about every day here in Laikipia West, about constant power outages. We are going to continue from where we stopped. Gaduo Wageshoro,
yes,
what were you telling us before we lost power?
Bonaraida, we are talking about the politics that we have today, the by-elections that we have in this nation. And we are also talking about what will be happening in 2027. 2027, viewers, will be a very interesting election. And if you want to know what will be happening then, just look at what is happening today. Mbeere, Western, and Narok, like I said earlier. Viewers, we just lost power. Do we have in those by-elections someone who can go to parliament and articulately discuss and petition not even the presidency, but the legislature, to ensure that Kenya as a nation have reliable power supply? That is the only way we can go towards Singapore being a Singapore. My friends, I will tell you what is happening today in those by-elections. We will be buying in courts our way to parliament, our way to the county executive in Narok. Viewers, nothing will change. It will be business as usual. No more corruption, and the status quo remains, regardless of who will be elected in those constituencies. Thank you, Bandrai.
Well, so much for today's by-election. Now, Bwana Gaduo, I'm still going to be asking you another question. This morning I have posted on my Facebook some TikTok videos that I bumped into that are talking about grabbing of portions of Masai Mara Park, where a very big hotel is going to be built right where we have the eighth wonder of the world. We also we also saw an attempt by the government to privatize the beaches in the lake, Indian Ocean. What do you think about this? Because you realize that Kenyans are slowly giving back their resources to the colonizers. What is your opinion?
I will start with what you call history. The best teacher, I'm a political scientist and an economist. If you want to know where a nation is heading to, start with the history that we have. 2010, we had a promulgation of a new constitution under the late Mwai Kibaki. May he rest in peace. My dear friends, we had a no and a yes camp. And if you can remember, the person who was in charge of the no campaign, the person who strongly made sure that that constitution was not to be realized, is none other than the person who is heading this nation at this time, His Excellency Bwana William Ruto.
He was in the no campaign, you're right.
Yes. So, Bwana Raida and viewers, what do you think if that person at that time did not buy the ideals of the constitution then? Do you think today he subscribes to the same ideas? And I will answer that, no. The land question in Masai Mara, or not even Masai Mara, we have seen that in Karura Forest. Viewers, the history of that person, the presidency, has a lot of appetite for public land. He has been taken to court not once or twice with the same allegations. My dear friends and viewers, you can rest assured nothing, like I said earlier, will change. We will continue losing large tracts of land as he tries to compete in the courts to see whether he will get to the same position as the Kenyatta family. And as I close, I want to be categorical. The land question in this nation will have at some point to be answered. Viewers, Laikipia County where we stand, almost 70% of that land is under private ranches. Almost 70%. Now, you and I, at some point, will have to address this issue, not only at the national level, and we cannot continue taking what we have already gained and protected. I wish Wangari Maathai can be born and see what is happening in this nation.
Yes.
And because once, unfortunately, you are gone, we can have another Wangari Maathai, even if he or she will be a man. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bwana Gaduo. Bwana Wachira.
Yes, me.
Now, the sister to Raila died.
Yes.
I'm not sure where that happened.
Yes, Nairobi Hospital.
And Oburu has also been abroad.
Yes.
What can you say about that?
Well, okay, matters death are natural. But again, we can see the hype that had with Raila is not the same hype that we are witnessing with Sister to Raila. And okay, let me say maybe she was not so much popular. She was not so much popular as the likes of Raila Odinga. But above everything else, we expect a decent and also of a loyal family, because Raila family spans back or dates back from their father, that is Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. It's a big family. Again, we see Oburu Odinga, his health is deteriorating, bearing in mind that he was the elder of Raila Odinga. And we also expect, but for me I see the deteriorating health of Oburu Odinga is as a matter of what is happening in ODM, because I think it is getting hotter, and with his age, he needs to allow the Gen Zs to lead the ODM.
I don't think he's used to the kind of attention that Raila has been getting throughout his life.
Sure. He is not. He's not used to that attention. He is also not used to the national politics, bearing in mind that he was just a county figure. Yeah. So maybe the duties of the national politics are heavy on him, and we also expect him to allow the Gen Zs to come in and lead the ODM party.
Do you know a guy called Professor Herman Manyora?
Herman Manyora, I am aware of him. He is a very, very intelligent person, and going forward, let me say, he's going to rise.
Well, the reason I have asked you about Herman Manyora,
yes,
is because I saw a podcast he made suggesting that ODM to be taken over by Mama Aida. What do you think? Is Mama Aida fit to run ODM party?
Symbolically, I didn't. Sometimes back, symbolically during the morning period, symbolically, Mama Aida, give the heart to Winnie. So symbolically, Mama Aida may be like she was symbolically saying that whoever is coming after Raila Odinga Baba is Winnie, because it is Winnie who took over the heart of the Mzee.
So you think that Professor Herman Manyora is misguided, or what do you think?
No, he's only maybe pointing to where the power lies, because the power lies with Mama Aida, and I believe she knows most of the secrets that Raila had and everything. So the power lies in Mama Aida. But above everything else, she's not a political figure. We don't expect Mama Aida to come on board and maybe do a lot of much politics. You remember she was threatened by then President Moi when she was interdicted from the teaching fraternity. Raila was jailed between 1982 to 1988, and she chose to stay more of a private life, the same way we see with Gina Kenyatta.
Well, I do not want to make my opinion about Professor Herman Manyora's idea or opinion because he seems to suggest that Mama Aida is the only person who can dethrone Ruto or who can make Ruto a one-term president. He's saying that these other politicians are just joking, although he has been very vocal about Kalonzo, thinking that Kalonzo may probably, if he gets the proper support, is going to make President Ruto a one-term president. Well, I don't want to get so much into that kind of politics. What is your prediction about today's elections, today's by-elections?
For me, my own prediction is since time immemorial, and I want to be very, very categorical here, because I've been in politics. Not the 2022 general election, I was there. the 2017 general election, I was also still there. And again, I want to maybe intertwine the politics of the day with actually what happened historically long before. Ruto is a very good politician. Allow me to say he is a very smart politician.
A calculating politician.
And one of the most maybe like arithmetic that he got it right is that he knows that the Kenyan people, the Kenyan electorate, they are so much glued and they like the tokenism. They you cannot move away the Kenyan politics from the issue of money, the issue of bribing. And Ruto has made money. Viewers, Ruto has made money. And let me be frank to you.
He has tons.
Ruto has money in metric tons.
Right.
And allow me to say this, because when I look at Ruto, he started making money when he invaded the sugar industry. He went to Mumias and attacked Rai.
Wasn't it long before, during the Youth for KANU 92?
That is when he is a political student of President Moi. And be sure, Ruto knows the power of money. And you see, they use the YK 92. What their tool of trade was money. And that is when Cyrus Jirongo was called, he came up with the 500 note. And Ruto was part of that scheme. So Ruto knows the money effect in Kenya. And he knows that he has no any other escape route. He knows that money is the only source of help from to him. So above everything else, Ruto knows he's not popular. But again, he knows that you Kenyans don't have money. So as I said earlier, he started with the sugar industry. He dominated the sugar industry. And sometimes back I said, even the World Bank complained about the purchase of the sugar in Kenya because it was undisclosed amount and content. The amount of sugar, the metric tons that was being imported in Kenya was unknown. Secondly, he moved to the issue of the Haiti, whereby he took our young Kenyans to Haiti unconstitutionally. And I'm very, very sure, again, he made a lot of money there.
So he's an astute businessman come politician who knows where money is and who knows the importance of having money as a Kenyan politician, because Kenyan voters love getting bribed. But we have seen in Mbeere and in Malava a situation whereby the voters are saying they are going to eat from the government side, but they know where they are going to vote. Do you think there is a change?
I don't think so, because Kimani, okay, you get results today. I always say, and I always analyze in this manner. Do you know Kimani and Gadhu? Do you know somebody, the local Mwananchi? There is a certain local Mwananchi who has never gotten, or maybe the 10,000 or 20,000. Ziko zimeshikana.
Right.
Kuna mtu hajaipata 10,000 ama 20,000 kama zimeshikana.
It is true.
Now, huyo mtu amepewa 20,000 ama amepewa 10,000.
Hiyo ni pesa nyingi sana kwake.
You cannot convince that person. You cannot convince that person. And that is why I say, okay, today...
To cut you short, unajua hata hii Nyota program, hujui ama ufikiria kwamba it is an attempt to influence the youths to love the president, because imagine mtu hajaishika 2,000 yake ama 3,000 yake imeshikana, umempatia 50,000 Kenya shillings. What do you think? Huyo mtu atakuwa praise the president?
Again, okay, there is something that I am foreseeing. Long before, and even the presidency that we had long before, the past presidents didn't deal with people individually. But what happens with President Ruto? President Ruto is dealing with Kenyans and giving Kenyans stipends, and also, touching someone's life, personally. A case study is when we have the housing program. That person, it is a single person who will get or who will benefit from that house.
Right.
And let me again take you back, because we have to analyze politics the right way, Bwana Gadhu. How can you convince someone who was born in Mukuru kwa Jenga, who has been born and raised, having those flying toilets. And now he is living like a king.
At the expense of the Kenyan employees.
And at the expense of the Kenyan employees. So he knows that right now he feels, that there will be that personal attachment.
Right.
With whatever you are being given.
Right.
And that is why I'm saying this is the difference between President Ruto and the other presidents. Because when you look at Kenyatta, he brought the last mile, whereby electricity was being connected using the 2000 Kenya shillings. You when you look at Kenyatta, he built roads, and that one is not touching someone directly. President Ruto now touches you directly. He gives you money, he gives you maybe a home, and let me tell you, when someone does something good to you, it is not easy to forget that. And that is why I'm saying there will be a paradigm shift from the kind of politics that we shall go on with, because I believe the beneficiaries of the current regime, they will continue fighting for the current regime.
All right, let's see what Gaduo thinks about your opinion. You seem to say that President Ruto is playing very smart, and it's going to be very unlikely for anybody to dislodge him from the position of the presidency.
I'll start with my position in 2022. I did not in any way believe that the then aspirant for the presidency, Bwana William Ruto, would beat Baba at the presidency.
Yeah.
It is after that time that I took a lot of effort to study who Ruto really is. And my friends, this man is not a joke. Ruto's politics are ruthless and he's very calculating. Like Bwana Wachira said, in fact, today will be a win-win situation for all of us as Kenyans. Why did I say win-win? One, those who continuously have been undermining the presidency on his campaign trail will know that they are not dealing with any other Tom, Dick and Harry.
Right.
The opposition too, they have been wavering from one position. In fact, to date, they do not know who they are going to support. Who is their main candidate in 2027?
Up to now.
If, by any chance, Malaba, Western, Mbere, Mount Kenya,
Goes to
now,
UDA.
if by any chance UDA gets the 3 positions,
Or by any chance they get the second position but with a very high vote count.
yes, the opposition will have to go back to the drawing board. They will now know and will start getting proper arsenals to deal with who Ruto is. And again, if peradventure the opposition wins, it will be a win again for Kenyans. Why? UDA will now start getting what we call proper development in quotes to the common mwananchi. Whatever happens today, we as Kenyans will definitely win.
So it's going to be a win-win situation for all of us.
Yes, like I said earlier, when the opposition loses the 3 seats, UDA takes them. The opposition will now get into their inner room to give us one proper candidate who will face William Samoei Ruto. If peradventure UDA loses,
so it is a litmus test for both the government side
and the opposition
as well as the opposition.
Yes.
And in any case, the citizens are going to win.
In my opinion, so.
Wale ambao wamekula pesa watakuwa wameziweka kwa tumbo
Kabisa washakula, hata kama ni zile ulikuwa umesema za KCC, wherever that money came from. Hustler Fund. Niliona kila mtu alikuwa anapata an average of 500 to 800 shillings.
Right.
But ukifanya the amount of money that was distributed to the citizenry, an average person was supposed to get 11,000.
True.
From the 50 billion the Hustler Fund gave to the Kenyans.
Yeah.
Meaning the majority of it, like Wachira said, was channeled towards maybe Raila, Wachira, Gaduo, who are properly connected to the who is who in parliament.
Kwa hivyo hiyo pesa unataka kusema ilikunywa maji.
Hiyo sasa wewe unaenda unalipewa 500. That is what you are receiving.
All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is 31 Media KE, and When we come back, we will continue with our conversation. Today, being a by-election day, we have delved so much in the current events that are taking place. We may not be able to discuss our local Laikipia politics because of time. My guests need to go and do some other businesses, and therefore we might end the podcast at this point. But when we come back, and this might be in 1 or 2 days' time, we'll continue with our discussion about local politics. But for today, we are just going to sit down and see the events that are taking place in Mbeere North, Malava, and the other places where they are having by-elections, Magarini and Narok. And then maybe on Saturday, we may analyze them before we delve into local Laikipia politics. Thank you very much for being together with us, and I want to thank my friends, these gentlemen who are always showing up for the podcast. You see, these guys, they have given themselves up to discuss the local politics and to educate us on the matters that are going on in our country. Thank you so much. Bwana Gaduo, please give us your parting shot.
My parting shot is very simple. Do you see the kind of energy the national government as well as the county government is putting in these so-called by-elections? My dear friends, politics determines your way of life. The same energy those in power today are putting in these by-elections is the same energy you should be putting up in preparation for the 2027 general elections. Politics determines what you put on, what you wear, what you eat, your level of education, your health status. Kinamba here, we don't have medicine. We'll discuss that, I'm sure, later. It can only be resolved if, and only if, we elect the best in quotes, depending on what you and I determine as the best. Thank you, Bwana Raila.
All right, let us focus on Wachira Wageshoro to give us his parting shot.
Thank you, Bwana Kimani Raitha and That One Media.
Sorry, I have called Wachira Wageshoro. Wachira Wageshase.
Yes. Thank you, Bwana Kimani Raitha, and also I want to thank our viewers in a great deal because you guys have continued to support us. In my parting shot, I would request our electorate to represent us Kenyans very, very well. That is Mbeere North, Narok and Malava, and all parts of the country. Kindly communicate to the presidency that we need changes. Again, I also believe that this one is a litmus paper, a litmus test, and that is why I didn't. You didn't see Bwana Ruto coming out of State House maybe to campaign. You want to see again the energy, and also want to the power that is his lieutenants have on the ground, and that is why I believe he just sent those lieutenants to the ground. But believe you me, we need to change this nation. We need to exercise our democratic right by voting in leaders based on meritocracy. Let us not vote in leaders who have questionable characters. And I believe our people will talk on our behalf. And how I wish that going forward, we shall change this nation, because that is our duty and that is what is bestowed upon us by our God. Thank you. Thank you, Kimani, Raitha, and also our viewers.
Right, this is the hot discussion, and thank you very much for watching. Until we meet again, goodbye and God bless you.